Gather now, ye seven brides. Hey guys, how's it going? Michael Troy here. Today we're looking at Avengers West Coast Annual Number 4 by John Byrne and Terry Austin. Another classic Byrne issue. Cannot wait to share it with you guys. Subscribe to my channel, hit like, share my content, and let's get right into it. Okay, so this is Avengers West Coast from 1989, Annual Number 4. I believe this is during John Byrne's run on the title. He had returned to Marvel after a stint at DC revamping Superman, and he went and did She-Hulk and Avengers West Coast upon his return. Little known fact is that he wanted Fantastic Four and X-Factor so he could get his hands on the original X-Men, and they said no, no, no as penance for leaving. Anyway, in their defense, their creative teams were probably already intact, and that's not fair just to be like, oh, Byrne wants him, let's give it to him. Although things were a little different, who knows? Jim Shooter had left the building, although Byrne and Shooter notoriously butted heads, so I don't know what's happening behind the scenes, but I do love this gorgeous cover. Gather now, ye seven brides. Typical cheesy John Byrne-like title, but part of the reason we love him so much. All the ladies look great here. Byrne has penciled and inked this cover. Beloved She-Hulk, loving the show. It's very Byrne influenced, I feel. I think she looks fantastic, and I'm truly enjoying it. I don't care what all you internet haters say. We got all the classic women here. Jean Grey, Sue Storm, Atuma, I think that's her name. Is it? No, I'm probably wrong. Anyway, She-Hulk, Storm, Scarlet Witch, and Dagger. Dagger seems random, doesn't it? Look at this Hydra. That is so cool. I can already tell that's Byrne and Austin art. So this is chapter 12 of the Atlantis Attacks crossover. Marvel was doing, having annuals crossover, big, summer event. So kind of cool. Written and penciled by John Byrne, embellished by Terry Austin, colored by Bob Sharon, lettered by Jack Morelli, edited by Howard Mackey, overseen by Tom DeFalco. Gather now, ye seven brides. How many times can I say it? It should be a drinking game, as my show often is meant to be a drinking game. Now, everybody thinks that John Byrne and Terry Austin should have worked together forever, and John Byrne claims that their styles started to grow apart. I feel like I'm seeing a little bit of that here. This could also be from around the time the Amalgam, that was probably more in the 90s, though. With the Storm Wonder Woman book that I covered recently. Austin inked that. It is definitely different, still very great looking, very technically proficient, but I feel like Byrne and Austin have evolved a little bit. It's funny to see John Byrne drawing these different sort of, how Storm changed her costume through the years. Nothing will top the classic Dave Cockrum design, in my humble opinion, but I don't know. I guess you can't hang on to it forever. She-Hulk looking great. Dagger. I love Byrne's aliens. I love all the detail. That looks like, is that Terminus? I don't know. Anyway, I kind of love how we are getting to see how they, Andromeda. I don't know why I called her Atuma. I was thinking the Marvel Universe Handbook, and I knew she was an A. Anyway, everyone looking good and feeling fine. I also feel this kind of looks like the art that from Fantastic Four, like a Phoenix, where Jean Grey did come back, and John Byrne and Terry Austin worked together on that one. Who knows? It's weird. Also weird is that I feel like this kind of slipped past my radar at the time. I don't know how I missed it. It was always dependent on where I lived and what was going on in my life, but I should have not missed this. Maybe I didn't, and I just don't remember it, but it's freaking great. I love seeing Captain America, Beast. I mean, come on. John Byrne draws such a great Beast. We got the Avengers West Coast at their compound in California here. Thor looking classic and great. Captain America, Wonder Man, the original Human Torch. I mean, it's funny because Iron Man, that's very the armor of his time. With little signposts in Marvel history, you can always sort of figure out the era based on little things like Iron Man's armor. I feel like that was kind of always evolving. different costumes. And Sue Storm's hairstyle is definitely a signpost for sure. I'm loving all this art. This is so cool. She-Hulk and Andromeda underwater, obviously Atlantis, so there should be water involved here somewhere. Great perspective and foreshortening on this panel. I love it. I mean, does anyone draw a better She-Hulk than John Byrne? Hard pressed to find. Does anybody draw a better anything than John Byrne? Hard pressed to find. And is Byrne making a cameo in here? Probably, most likely. That would be our Byrne, wouldn't it? That's a cool panel of Invisible Woman right there. I love it. And of course, the Avengers Quinjet. Nobody draws a better Avengers Quinjet than John Byrne. Iron Man's butt cheeks looking oddly shapely in this outfit, in this armor. I mean, what need would there be for that? Mr. Bubbles Tub Tails. I do love the ads for other products that take advantage of the fact that they are, being in a comic book, and you should do a comic book style ad to appeal to the readers. That makes perfect sense. This Vision Quest is kind of cool here. I love all the different textures. It's very reminding me of Talisman's journey through Shaman's pouch and the pages of Alpha Flight. And this is cool here too. She-Hulk hulking out. Let's not ever forget how strong she is, and she needs Wonder Woman. She needs Wonder Woman. She needs Wonder Man and Beast to hold her back. Let me go. It's fun there. I love that. I love little effects like that, just like the eye magnified looking through the glass. That is so cool. I mean, Marvel's annuals were always so much fun, and I definitely look forward to them. And they definitely did feel like summer blockbusters. I feel like they always came out in the summer, and there was nothing more exciting than going to get your new annual, especially if it was like an X-Men annual drawn by Art Adams. I mean, nothing was really better than that. So here we have Storm in a John Byrne comic, and she's dressed in this white, like, sacrificial robe. Like, come on, what a waste of a character. At least we get her in full costume on the cover, and I kind of like that version of her costume. It's cool. I want to say that might have been, like, the Mark Silvestri era. But don't quote me on that. As a matter of fact, don't quote me on anything. That's funny. This is definitely a sign of, arguably, this is what Ed Piskor calls the screen door kind of hatching, which is hilarious. I love that analogy. Popularized by, I feel like, like Art Adams kind of did it first, and then Rob Liefeld kind of stole it and made it a lot bigger. So it's kind of fun to see Austin and Byrne utilizing it here. Austin was famous for putting in background textures and different things like that didn't exist in the art, so I'm wondering if there's any of that going on here. What a way to end on this gorgeous 2-page spread, to be continued in the Mighty Thor annual on sale next week, which is part 12. So I guess there was a part 13. I thought this was the conclusion, but apparently not. Love this great double-page spread. Awesome camera angle, way to utilize, maximize your space and just make it look as big as possible. It looks so cool. I love it. Then we have this backup story. I think it said it was illustrated by Amanda Connor. Looking very different for her art, but I guess it depends on the inker. But kind of loving it. And then this story by Mike Manley. I do love this art here. This looks so cool. That's such a great page. Reminding me a little bit of Mike Golden in some ways, but U.S. Agent is such a cool character. I was glad that Byrne used him. I actually loved his run on Avengers West Coast, and I thought it definitely was memorable. And of course, cut short, like a lot of Byrne projects, whether it be editorial differences. It's usually editorial differences, but anyway, I would have liked to seen him continue. I would have liked to seen him continue on Hulk. I would have liked to see him continue On Wonder Woman, I mean, so many things, but whatever. I mean, at least if John Byrne left something at this point, it usually meant he was going on to something else. So there was that. Gavin Curtis, penciler. Firebrand. I always love the design of this character. You know, speaking of official, or did I mention official handbook of the Marvel Universe? Like, I feel like that was my introduction to Firebrand. Like, there were so many characters that I didn't know about that thanks to the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. Might have been my only exposure to them and still made them favorite characters of mine anyway. Funny how that works, huh? But I guess that's how comic book fans are in a lot of ways. I mean, there are a lot of sort of iconic superheroes that don't really have much substance to them, but we still love them anyway, just because they look so cool. Little backup tale by Mark Bagley here. You know, long-time penciler of Ultimate Spider-Man and other Spider-Mans. I always found his art to be, like, pretty average and just, like, not super exciting, although I really did love his run on New Warriors, which was my introduction to his art, so I will give him that. That was very cool. Anyway, so there we go, guys. Another great John Byrne Avengers West Coast story. Beautifully inked by Terry Austin. This was so cool. Avengers West Coast Annual 4 by the Team Supreme of Byrne and Austin. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit that like button, and I will bring you more soon.